tanks, but the point of this vlog is going to be just kind of documenting me writing the final chapters of my work in progress novel. I think that it's at a point that realistically, if I put in an hour or two of work every day, that I should be able to get this done in, a couple of weeks at most. The only problem is trying to motivate myself to spend a fully productive hour on this every single day, because quite honestly, the last few chapters have taken a month. The fact that I've still got 6 chapters to go, and even though I know what's coming and I know this part of the story like the back of my hand, it's weird. Because one, I know that once I finish this, that I'm going to be working on a different project pretty much straight away. I've had something shelved for about 2.5 years, waiting to fully forget that, so that I can finally distance myself and be like, okay, draft 2 time. And there's a couple of those kinds of projects that I've got going at the second, and kind of, yeah, so that's weighing on my mind a little bit. The other thing is, I already know that this book is going to need work. It's kind of almost about to hit my goal. I can tell that it's going to be within 5 or 10k of my goal. But the other problem is that all of the side characters realistically lack a semblance of existing in this story, and the ones that do exist, they fade away, so much so that I believe that I've pretty much forgotten to talk about most of the characters that aren't the main 3 or 4 characters. This is just going to be me trying to document that, and I don't know, maybe getting into vlogging a tad bit more. But one of the main things that I've noticed about, writing in particular at the moment for me, is that it's not that I'm going through a block. I'm not prioritizing it in a way that I know I should be. So hopefully by filming this vlog segment, what I'm saying to myself is, you've got to commit time into writing. In short, I just wrote 2,000 words. It's still the same day that I recorded that intro piece. If I put my mind to something, I actually, complete it. I've got a little bit more of this chapter to write, or this scene, or whichever is technically more correct. And then I've got 5 more of those to do, which is it's exciting and scary. It's I think I'm vaguely scared to write the end of this book, because I know that there are other projects that I need to do afterwards, and that I don't really have time to waste. I said that at the beginning of this year that I wanted to break my one project track mind, and I still want to, but I think that I need to keep that one project track mind until I finish this, otherwise I'm not going to finish this. One of the lessons that I'm going to have to try to teach myself in 2020 and beyond is that it's okay to be focused on one thing for a little while, but it's also okay to have a couple of projects on the go at other times and not feel like I have to restrict myself. And I just think that, yeah, genuinely, I'm doing okay. And once I started talking through and saying, oh, I forgot to mention that person and that person and that person, in this last block of writing I've been mentioning most of those people that I know that I need to be referencing. So sometimes rambling at the camera, good thing. We will see what goes on next. Yesterday I managed to get a whole lot more done than I thought I would, and it's a great feeling to know that, hey, I've just completed a whole bunch of progress. So just about to finish the 6th last chapter. My current draft is sitting at about 64,000 words. I managed to add about 2,500-3,000 in the last day or so, and that's great. And I've written probably the climactic scene of the entire novel, which is great. But also I realised that a couple of my my New Year's resolutions haven't really been happening as of yet. I wanted to try to write more on a physical notebook, and I haven't really done that literally since 2019. I think that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to start doing when I really like writing things out while I'm plotting. Physically, it gives me time to actually think about it. I don't like writing notes out while I'm drafting, or first drafting specifically. While I'm revising, I do, but not while I'm first drafting. And because the only project that I'm really working on right now is a first draft, I guess that's kind of why I'm not handwriting that much. I'm just gonna keep going, and if I hit 65 before I go to sleep, that'd be great. But I don't think I'm looking for much more today. Okay, so it's now the 22nd of February, and I'm kind of just chilling out a little bit. So I'm now at 66,000 words, and it's kind of crazy because I kind of stalled at 50 for so long, and then it took such a long time to get to 60, but once I hit 60, I've kind of just hit the ground running again. Writing's weird in that, for me, some days I would be able to pump out like 2,000 or 3,000 words. In other days, I might be lucky to get 200 words. If I actually have time to write, depending on like what my scheduling actually ends up being on that day. So yeah, I'm kind of just sitting here thinking, okay, so what now? And the what now response that I keep coming up with is just to continue. I've got probably 3.5 chapters left of the first draft. Then I get to send it to my best friend who's read the first book in this series, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also hopeful that like some of the things that are now ticking in the back of my mind that I think are wrong with this, that she kind of picks up on, and that she kind of says something about them as well. I'd be even more scared if she didn't. There are a few huge glaring errors that are looking at me right now, screaming, fix me. But no, there's other projects that need to be fixed first, that I'm going to be looking at and looking after and things like that. I just need to get my head out of this specific universe, and what I might do in the meantime, I will see how I go. I might plot something. I also need to start thinking about what I'm going to do for Camp NaNo. I'm tempted to do editing hours again. I did them for both camps last year, and it worked in my favour. It's really going to depend on what my main writing focuses are going to be. But I also have the kind of mental problem right now of like, what do I actually want to work on next? Because working on something and just picking and choosing it, that's not a good idea. I kind of want something that I actually want to work on, to be the next project. So it's been probably about a week since I've kind of last updated this vlog. I always get kind of terrible and distracted at doing this, but that's just because there hasn't been much to talk about. I'm up to probably 67,000 words at the moment. I've got 2.5 chapters left to write of the story, and can I just say that I'm kind of like, I'm not going to be glad to be finished with this, but I'm going to be happy that I've gotten the draft done, like, when I get it finished. I'm struggling with what's, like, next, in a sense of I want to work on a couple of different things, but also the thing that I thought that I would want to work on isn't even one of those things. And so it's making me question whether or not I actually want to go forward with that particular project. I'm going to have to evaluate that in the next couple of days. I think I'm probably not going to move forward with that one. Everything else that I got going around seems to be so much more interesting to me. There's a story in always finishing something, always seeing something through. But I did see that first draft through, and already knowing that I don't want to put more time into it, why bother wasting my time if in a couple of years' time I'm just gonna think, I really don't want to work on that anymore. That's kind of just where I'm at the second. Yay! So you know how I kind of keep not doing vlog things for a long time? As of last count, I think it was about 2 weeks since I last vlogged for this vlog, and I kind of can't recreate the journey of the vlog because realistically this is now the last chapter. And I'm still halfway through writing the last chapter, so that's all good. I just need to finish it now because I keep not finishing it. I know how it ends, and I'm not even that far away from the ending. I just need to buckle down and do it. Oh well. It is what it is. I finished. I think. I guess I'm finished. I don't quite know exactly how to finish this final scene. And in my outline there are no longer any big gaps. So I guess that means that I'm finished my first draft. I just feel like there's a lot wrong with this story at the second. And that I just need to kind of work on it quite considerably. But I'm not going to touch it until at least May 1st. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to have to work on draft 2 of In Paint for Camp NaNo. Goodbye. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.